You know what time it is? It's time for Truth Bomb Tuesday. And I got something to talk to you guys about that it's based on two things that have happened recently. And it's really boils down to why your life sucks. What I mean by that is it's why your life isn't where you want your life to be. Okay? The first thing is Game of Thrones. Folks, I'm not posting any spoilers here. I don't watch the show. Okay? And I want to say this in a way that says, look, I'm not judging you if you watch the show. Look, if that's how you relax, if that's how you unwind, you just take, an hour or 90 minutes of brainless time. Like, we all need that. I get that. But here's the problem. You're not just being entertained by the show. Okay? You're so invested in the show that you are emotionally attached to the outcome. You're upset that the show didn't end the way you thought it should end or the way you wanted it to end. You are so invested in the show that you get pissed off if somebody posts a spoiler. Folks, that's not healthy. That's not helpful to your life. What that tells me is that you are investing energy into a show that's meant to entertain you. You're actually allowing a television show, a fictional story, to dictate your emotions. And here's the thing, I'm not really going to necessarily just pick on the Game of Thrones thing. See, Game of Thrones is just the recent one that set me off on this. But the other one that we're all really bad with is sports in general. And I'll admit, I was the biggest culprit of this. If the Broncos lost, dude, I was a mess for like 2 days. And if they won, dude, I was the first guy talking crap. But that's not healthy, folks. That stuff is meant for entertainment. And if you get to a place where you're emotionally involved in entertainment, if it dictates your mood for the next day or 2 days or week or month because the outcome wasn't what you wanted it to be, oh man, you got to reassess what's going on in your life. And that brings me to point number 2. See, we live in Colorado, folks. It's May 20th, May 21st, and it snowed a lot. Now, for those not from Colorado, you might go, well, yeah, doesn't it always snow in Colorado? No, it really doesn't always snow in Colorado. It snows a lot in the mountains, but in Denver, dude, this is an arid desert. We don't get a ton of snow. We get snow, but we don't get a ton of it, okay? Now, here's the thing. Everybody lost their shit yesterday when it snowed. Now, it was a lot of snow, and maybe it was mildly inconvenient from a traffic standpoint, but again, we allowed something that we have no control over to dictate our mood, to dictate the way we felt about the day. In fact, all we did yesterday was complain about the weather. We complained that it was still winter in spring. Folks, if you've lived here more than 10 minutes, you know it can snow any day. All right? We've had snow in Denver in June, folks. So it does happen. But that's not even the point. The point is you're complaining about something over which you have zero control. Zero. So here's what I'm going to do. When it comes to the TV stuff, look, entertainment's entertainment. Be entertained. Be entertained by basketball. Be entertained by baseball. Be entertained by hockey, by football, by lacrosse, by whatever it is, by Game of Thrones, by whatever other show it is that you watch. Be entertained by it, guys. Be entertained by Endgame and whatever movie's coming out, John Wick. Okay, that's great. Be entertained by it. But the moment you get emotionally involved to the point that it affects the rest of your day and the rest of your life, that's a problem. And you need to check yourself. And if that means that you need to stop watching television, then do it. It's why I stopped. I follow the Broncos still, but I don't watch anymore because it was affecting my life. And you know what? If you can't swim, you keep your ass out the pool. Okay? Now, when it comes to the weather, the problem I have with complaining about something that is outside of your control is that it's such a waste of energy that you could be using focusing on something that you're actually good at, focusing on a goal, focusing on getting your life to the place that you want it to be. See, when you start bathing in that negative energy about the fact that you hate the weather, you know what that does? It spirals into, because you hate the weather, now you hate the day. And because you hate the day, you don't get shit done. And because you don't get shit done, now you're stuck where you were at the start of the day, at the start of the week, at the start of the month. You don't ever get better. Okay? That's why I have a problem with that. That's why I have a problem with getting emotionally invested in the television, is because it makes you bathe in this negative energy and this negative emotion, and now you're not moving your life forward into a place where you could actually impact humanity for good, but instead you're bitching about the weather and how your TV show ended. That's a problem. So here's something that I want you guys to take, is in the world of improv, whether it's improv comedy or improv theater, it's all improvisation. So when somebody hands you a new reality to the skit, to the scene, you must accept it and move forward with the new reality. You can't spend emotional time on trying to change that reality, because you can't. You've been handed a reality that you now have to roll with to keep the scene moving forward. So when you find yourself getting emotionally invested in something over which you have absolutely no control, apply the improv rule. You hate the snow and it snows, improv rule. Gotta roll with your new reality. How are you gonna move the scene forward? Are you gonna do it in a negative way? Or are you gonna do it in a positive, impactful way? In a way that's gonna move your life towards your goal, even though it's snowing outside. It's too hot? Same thing. The Broncos lost, the Raiders lost, the Avs lost, the Nuggets lost, the Warriors lost, LeBron is being an idiot, whatever it is, stuff you have no control, I don't care what it is. If you've got no control over it, improv rule. Accept the new reality and move forward. But you've got to do it in a positive way. Because if you don't do it in a positive way, the scene gets stuck. The scene is your life. So if you want to move your life forward, apply the improv rule. Accept reality because you can't control it, and now move your life forward. Don't spend energy on things you can't control. Focus that energy on things you can control. What can you control? You can control your emotions. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control how you treat other people. And if you're allowing other stuff that you can't control to affect those things that you can control, you've now lost control of everything. It's time to let that stuff go, folks. The truth bomb is your life sucks because you allow stuff you can't control to control you. But the bigger truth bomb is that you can take control of it, but you've got to choose to. That's the truth bomb, folks. Go blow up life. Boom.